New videos every day. Psyche Truth. Life, wisdom.
Hi, this is Courtney, and you're watching Lesson 2 in our Foundations of Yoga program. So in this video, we're going to be focusing on our bellies. In this area, we refer to as the core in yoga, which lies behind the abdominal wall, close to your spine, and there's a lot of connection that happens in this area. It's a very powerful part of your body. So this video is going to be perfect for beginners in yoga because it creates a very stable and steady practice. If you have knee injuries, if you have wrist injuries, this is going to be your video. So please favorite it so you can follow along again and again. If you're looking to tone your abdomen, lose weight, again, this is going to be a wonderful beginner's yoga video for you. So we're starting in a seated position, and I'd like for you just to bring some simple twists through your torso so that it moves your abdomen around and moves your belly around. You're steering your belly button, your navel, from one side to another. And allow some breath to flow into your lungs and back out into the air around you. You can round your spine and then extend your spine, lifting your chest. And if you've been watching my videos from the series we've created before, you might notice that I saw my hairstylist this week and got my hair blow dried straight. So let me know what you think of my hairstyle. We love to hear your comments in the comment section. So tell me what you think. Straight hair or curly? And we're gonna start this video, actually all of it's gonna be laying down on the ground. So find a very comfortable place to lay down. Laying down on the ground, I'd like for you to pretend as if you are standing. So press out through your heels and draw your toes up towards your shins. And then expand across the balls of your feet. That's the base of your toes. So this opens up the soles of our feet and awakens a flow of connection from the soles of our feet up through our legs and our hips and into our bellies. Give your body space to welcome the breath in, and then exhale, relaxing to release the breath back out. Keeping this long line of energy through your left leg, gonna bend your right knee and take your knee up into your chest. So I'm gonna wrap my fingers around my shin, and I'm gonna pull my knee close to my chest. If this is uncomfortable to interlace your fingers around your shin, you can use another object like a strap, a towel, or a tie, or a belt. I have a yoga strap that I'm going to use just around my shin, so I'm going to hold on to the sides of the strap. And now reverse the direction of your knee. Instead of pulling it towards your chest, I'd like for you to press it away from your chest. And the resistance of either your fingers or your strap is going to stop the movement. So you're pressing your knee away from your body. And at the same time, your strap is pulling your knee back towards you. So as you can feel, if you're following along with me, this is waking up the muscles of your thighs, of specifically this right thigh, of your shin, and it's creating space and strength in the abdominal wall and also in the obliques and the deeper muscles behind the abdomen that run from your hips, run inside of your hips and into the spine of your lower back. So this is creating a lot of stability from your belly into your legs. So again, it's as if we are standing. I'm just going to switch side. So draw your left knee into your chest, opening up your hips. The right leg is standing nice and strong. And either with your fingers or with a strap, you can hook your shin, pressing your knee away from your body. Again, we're holding this for a few breaths so that you can wake up these muscles in your thigh, in your shin, and in your belly. We want to create space between our thigh and our abdomen, but we also want to create connection from the joints and the muscles that connect the thigh and the abdomen. So we're creating space, but we're also creating connection. Good. I want you to feel nice and strong when you're doing this. Again, this video is going to be great for beginners. I don't want you to be a lazy beginner. I want you to be a strong beginner. I want you to push yourself to your edge. Find new parts of your body. Find new parts of your mind. Tell yourself positive affirmations. Keep practicing. So now I'm stretching my hands down towards my heels. I'm just going to gently lift my hips up off of the ground. I'm going to draw my tailbone towards my knees and actually flip the tailbone up towards the ceiling a little bit to get nice long length through my lower back. Deep breath, pressing down through your upper arms. And then lift your heels and slowly reach your hips back down towards the ground. Now, we're going to pick up both knees and position your knees right over your hips. So there's a tendency to draw your knees close towards your chest. I want you to find that place where your knees are pressing away from your body. And now we're going to take your hands onto your thighs. So you keep your knees at a space away from your belly, but you keep them pressing in towards your hands. And then you can knead on your thighs with the palms of your hands just to wake up these muscles. Give them a little bit of stimulation so you actually create more stability by putting some movement and putting this a little bit of imbalance into the action. You're creating more depth and more stability for your own body. So now the thighs are going to be directly over the hips, and if you can, extend your feet up towards the ceiling. And from here, you're going to take the sides of your hands and do a nice little tapotement. So just going to slap, tap. Oh dear. Tapotement. So the tapotement is just little taps on your legs, and I'm waking up the whole surface of my thighs. So that's behind my legs, that's the side of my legs, the front of my legs, the inside of my legs, up to the shins if you can reach. And I have more information about tapotement on my blog if you want to read more about how that actually helps to create strength in your muscles. Bend your knees, feet back down onto the ground, and we'll take another miniature bridge pose. Pressing down through your upper arms, lifting up through your hips, flip your tailbone up towards your knees, and then lift through your heels and slowly lower your hips back down to the ground. Now from here, we're going to take your hands on top of your belly, finger pads placed together, And as you lift your legs straight up to the ceiling, your hands are going to be on your inner thighs, and your elbows are going to keep your ribs, these lower ribs, tucked into your body. Nice gentle compression through your lower ribs. And then keeping your left leg straight up and your hands pressing into your left inner thigh, going to lower your right leg to a sweet spot where you feel your right leg is still connected and great communication with your navel center. If you lower your leg too much, you're going to feel it in your lower back. So you want to keep this line of energy nice and strong, nice and connected, and then return your right leg to meet your left. Squeeze your inner thighs into your hands and switch legs. So your right leg is staying stable, the inner thigh is powered up as your left leg extends out into its power point. And return your left foot to meet your right. Switching your legs one by one. So these inner thighs are going to be important keys in creating a strong, powerful core and keeping your abdomen nice and healthy, nice and toned, giving you great muscle tone through your thighs and your belly. Are you feeling your thighs waking up a little bit? So you can also read more about the connection between these key muscles in the body on my blog, because I'm also a writer and I write a lot of interesting little articles about the practice and inspirations. Both feet are up, and then let's relax your knees and take your hands to your shins and give yourself a hug. Okay, now let's place your hands under your hips, just gently tucking your palms facing down under your hips. And I'm going to rock my hips up, and then I'm going to rock my chest up. Hips up, chest up. Back and forth. Then come to a seat. From seated, bring your feet out in front of you and your hands right behind your hips. Open up your fingertips, pointing your fingers towards your toes, and then we're going to lift your heels, and this is a supported boat pose. So I'm going to give you some options. If you want to keep going, you're going to bend your elbows back so the backs of your arms are strong, and you lift your toes off of the ground. From here, let's rest for a moment, cross one ankle in front of the other. Step your hands in front of your hips, between your hips and your knees. Squeeze your ankles together. Squeeze your shoulders into your back and really compact all of your energy if you want to. If you don't have any wrist injuries, you can lift your hips up off of the ground. And then come back down, slide your hands behind your hips, point your toes in front of you, strength through the back of your arms. Now switch your other ankle in front. Hands in front of your hips. Compact your energy. Squeeze your ankles. You don't have to press up this time. You can just lift the energy from your fingers, from your shoulders down into your hips. Draw your hips into your belly. If you want to, lift up off of the ground and then come back down. Hands last time behind your hips. Toes out in front of you. Maybe extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Keep your shoulder blades engaged into your body. And let all the energy just pull itself in towards your navel, in towards your abdomen. And slowly lower back into our half boat pose. From half boat, bend your knees. Lift all the way back up. Nice Exhale with your hands back down into a comfortable cross-legged seat. So picking up right where I left off after that crazy, insane boat pose. We're in a comfortable seat, connecting to how awesome our thighs are feeling and our belly. So from our seated position, we're gonna roll back down onto the ground. I'm gonna teach you how to roll onto the ground using what we learned from that excruciating experience at boat pose. So it's not just a pose, it's actually going to teach us very functional movement, how our thighs and our belly are gonna support our spine. So with your toes on the ground, and you can have your heels on the ground. I'm just energizing my feet here with my heels lifted. I'm on my sitting bones, and then I'm gonna roll from my sitting bones onto my sacrum. And when you're on your sacrum, you're gonna feel your belly creating an internal bowl of energy. So you're gonna roll from the bottom of your sacrum to the top of your sacrum, which is the top of your pelvis. And then from the top of your pelvis, you continue creating that bowl of energy from your inner belly. And you find your lumbar, your lower back, and each vertebrae descends down powerfully until you come onto your back again, hands beside you. And get comfy here. Now I'm going to turn my palms down towards the ground and tuck them under my hips. From here, bend your knees, lift them over your chest, and I'm going to pierce the sky with my toes as I press the ground down with my arms. So watch it. Up. And then extend out to that sweet spot, that power place, angling your feet away from your belly. Bend your knees, pierce the sky, and out. So you can continue this again and again and again. So I'm actually directing my toes different angles. One, I'm going to go right over my heart. One, I'm going to go right over my throat. And one, I'm going to go right over my crown. So straight up and over the throat and over the crown. So this is energizing different parts of the core, different parts of the spine, and also giving reference to the upper chakras, energy centers of the throat, of the heart, the throat, and the third eye. You'll notice once you get this water wheel of energy moving, it's kind of fun to just let it roll. Okay, I'm gonna relax from that and take some twists. Draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug, compressing the thighs and the abdomen. And then return your feet onto the ground, extend your arms straight out to the side. You're gonna drop both knees over to the right. Your knees can stagger. And as your knees draw over to the right, you can steer your navel towards your left side waist. And then hips back to center. Drop your knees over to your other side. Turn your navel away from the direction of your knees. And then back up. So one more thing before we come to a final rest. We're going to take our bridge pose, lifting our hips up. And this time, bending my elbows into the ground. I'm going to bring my hands onto the top of my pelvis. So there's the front of the pelvic bone and the back, right around the sacrum. So I'm going to hold that strong area. This is going to relax your belly and stretch out your quads. You can even keep your upper body stable and just heel toe your feet over to the right side and heel toe your feet over to the left side. And come back to the center and return down onto the ground. Extending your legs as we began this lesson, but this time, instead of pretending that you're standing, I'd like for you to pretend like you're floating. You can roll your ankles, roll your wrists, roll your shoulders, just to let the body unwind and come to complete relaxation. When you're ready to come up, you can rock onto your side or roll yourself up into a seat. Thank you for practicing. This was lesson 2 in our Foundations of Yoga program. So favorite this video, subscribe to Psyche Truth for more amazing quality information. And again, my name is Courtney Bell. You can go to my website at yogacurrents.com. I have a lot of things that I write, a lot of things that I demonstrate. So I'd love to hear from you. And namaste.